Hello, friends, and welcome to our Story Corner. Today, we're going to meet a very special friend. Are you ready? Let's begin. Deep in a lush, green jungle lived Gary the gorilla. Gary was big, and oh, was he strong. He had mighty muscles and loved to play all day long. He would swing from the highest vines and tumble through the tallest grass. But Gary had one little problem. He played too rough. When he played with flowers, he accidentally squashed them. When he tried to build a tower of stones, his strong hands would send them crashing down. Gary didn't mean to be clumsy. He just didn't know how to control his incredible strength. He was a playful giant, but his games often ended with a bang, a crash, and a bit of a mess. One sunny afternoon, while exploring a field of vibrant flowers, Gary spotted something magical. It was a beautiful butterfly, with wings like stained glass windows, fluttering gently from petal to petal. Its colors shimmered in the sunlight bright blues, sunny yellows, and soft oranges. Wow! Gary gasped in awe. "You are the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I want to hold you," he said with a big, booming voice. Filled with excitement, Gary reached out with his big, powerful hands, forgetting just how strong he was. He moved quickly, wanting so badly to be friends with the delicate creature. But Gary's fast movement and big shadow startled the little butterfly. Whoosh! In the blink of an eye, the butterfly zipped away, its delicate wings carrying it high into the air, far from Gary's grasp. Gary watched it disappear, his big shoulders slumping. He looked at his empty hands and felt a wave of sadness wash over him. "Why won't anyone play with me?" he wondered aloud, his voice now soft and lonely. He sat down with a heavy sigh, feeling very much alone in the big, wide jungle. He just wanted a friend, but it seemed his strength always got in the way. Just then, a tiny sound broke the silence. Peep, peep! A fluffy yellow chick named Chloe hopped over to Gary. She was so small, she barely came up to his ankle. But she stood tall and looked up at the giant gorilla with brave, bright eyes. She had seen what happened with the butterfly. "Gary," she peeped, her voice small but surprisingly confident, "I know why the butterfly flew away. It's because you weren't gentle. You have to learn to be gentle." Gary looked down at the tiny chick, puzzled. "Gentle?" he asked. "What does that mean?" "I'll show you," Chloe said kindly. "Being gentle is about being careful and kind. It's the opposite of being rough." She hopped onto a large leaf. "Watch me," she said. Chloe then used her tiny wing to softly stroke the surface of the leaf, barely making it tremble. "Gentle means slow touches," she explained, moving her wing back and forth with great care. "It means using soft hands and making your movements calm and careful. It's how you show you care. Like this." Gary watched, fascinated. He had never thought about moving slowly or being soft before. Gary decided to try again. He saw the beautiful butterfly had returned, resting on a nearby flower. Remembering Chloe's words, slow touches, soft hands, careful movements, he took a deep breath. Instead of reaching out with his whole hand, he very, very slowly extended just one of his big fingers. He moved as if he were drifting on a cloud, carefully and quietly, until his fingertip was right next to the flower. The butterfly seemed to notice his calm energy. To Gary's amazement, it fluttered its wings once, then landed right on the tip of his finger. "You did it, Gary! You did it!" Chloe cheered happily from the ground. Gary felt a joy he had never felt before. The butterfly's tiny feet tickled his finger, and he held perfectly still, gazing at its delicate beauty. He had made a friend, not by being strong, but by being gentle. Chloe hopped onto his other hand, and Gary carefully brought her close, letting her nestle safely against his warm chest. He sat there peacefully, with the beautiful butterfly on one hand, and his brave little teacher, Chloe, on the other. Gary the gorilla was still big and strong, But now he knew something even more important. He learned that being strong and gentle is the best combination of all. He smiled a big, gentle smile. Soft touches show love, he said proudly. And from that day on, Gary was the gentlest giant in the whole jungle. What a wonderful story! Gary learned that true strength is about being kind and gentle. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you loved our story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye!